Hi, welcome back. We are going to continue on page 38. So look at the green box. On your own, experiment by moving the longitude and latitude layer to different locations in the table of contents. What happens when you drag it below the country's layer? So let's do it. So longitude and latitude, we drag it below. Okay, and we cannot see the gray lines across the continents. And we drag it back, and we can see it. So what happens when you drag it below the ocean? We don't see them at all because the ocean layer is polygon and the color is blue and it's not transparent anymore. And now, when you are down, move the layer back to its original position below city. So let's go ahead to do that, and we will see our latitude and longitude back. So the layer named cities isn't ideal because it implies that all cities of the world are included in the dataset. So next you will give the layer a more descriptive name. So how to do that? In the table of contents, so we right-click on the cities layer name. So this opens a shortcut context menu. Many ArcMap operations are started from these shortcut menus. So on the shortcut menu, so we go to the last option, Properties. So okay, now let's click Property to open the Layer Property dialog box. And on the Layer Property text box, we're going to click the General tab. So if it is not already active, so we click that. ArcMap remembers the last tab. So last one I used was like the previous one. So that makes it the active tab. So the very first time you open the properties, so the general tab should be active. Like I mentioned, I used my ArcMap before. So the layer property dialog box has several tabs for setting layer properties, most of which you will use in all those tutorials. So in the layer name, text box is right here, and now it's visible. So the name cities is highlighted, and we're going to type cities that is greater than 1 million, and we're going to type that out, and you already see that the description is there, and we can see credits. We can put ESRI Esri data, that scale range, show layer at all one time, and you can see the scale. And this layer is renamed in the table of if we hit apply, and you can see it changed in the table of contents. So here is another way that you can change a layer name. We have to hit OK first, and we double click until it changes that you can change the layer name. So that you just click the layer name in the table of contents to highlight it until you can see it's navy blue color, and you click again to activate the cursor, and then you type the new name. So you should know that when you change a layer name in a map document, you are not changing the name of the underlying source dataset. So a layer name does not have to match the name of the source dataset. You will learn more about the connection between a layer and its source data shortly. So as we mentioned here, that's the source name, and the source name is not changed. Okay. Using the method taught in the preceding tip, we are going to type table of contents below cities greater than 1 million, change the legend name. So here are all the legend. POP means population, but we're going to type them out. Population. And makes it clear that the size of the blue circle corresponds to the size of the city's population. So the bigger the size of the circle, the larger population, and versus small circles, small population. As we can see that if we zoom into some cities, so New York has larger population than I think here is Philadelphia. Should be Philadelphia. So in the table of contents, select the checkbox to the world population. So let's just click that and let's move on. Oh, have to switch back to the list of drawing order. And then we move above to the counties, and then we extend our view. So nothing changed in the display earlier. So because I clicked, you saw that because it was below the world countries layer. So and we drag it above, so the world population layer. So this composed of polygons that are the same shape as those in the countries layer. Since countries is the first polygon layer in the list of layer, so it is obscuring the world population layer below it. So we can move up and down and you can see the changes. Oopsie. Okay. Now you get the idea of priority. Now we turn off. We could do another way is we could turn off, make it invisible for the countries layer. So now we can see on and off. The world population is now visible. So now you can see something new on the map. The world population layer. So countries appear in different colors. To understand the color means you will examine the layer's legend, but first you will turn off the points and lines to get clear picture. So let's do that. So turn off the lines and points. So now we can see this is like core breadth map that with the larger population, that the darker color, with a lighter color with less population. And now click the plus sign, which is right here, and we can expand and collapse the legend. So if you cannot see the entire layer or legend extent, you can widen the table of contents. So I already did. So if it was like this, you have to drag it to the right. So now we hover to the right edge of table of contents that until it turns to the mouse pointer at the right edge of the pane, and then we can drag it until it was not arrow anymore. That we can drag it to the left, to the right. So question, 2 countries display populations greater than 500 million. So 500 million is this color, right? And it's India and China. Okay, only 2 countries here. And make sure you answer the preceding question correctly. You will next use the identify tool. So those are the basic tools. Here is the identify tool. So we click this and we can see that this is India, Republic of India, and this is China, People's Republic of China, that have population greater than 500 million. Okay, now on the tool bar, we pass the mouse pointer over the identify tool. A blue circle with the letter I. So we already did. This is identify tool. So when we clicked it, we can see the cursor change it into with a identify tool and with a cursor. And notice that a tool name and a short description appear if we hover over. So this is identify tool. So when you use the identify tool, so the pointer is accompanied by an I symbol, as we mentioned, and you can see right here, and it's blinking. As you move it around the map display, when you click a feature, it opens the Identify window. So this is the Identify window. Now we click the Identify bottom, move the pointer over one of the two areas filled with the darkest shade of orange, and then click in that area. So we already did. So the Identify window shows the name of the country you clicked, as well as other information called attributes. So those are called attributes, which are stored in a table that is part of this data set. So depending on which country you clicked, you may have a different results. So let's do that. United States of America. And we can see that. Close the Identify window. So you can see this. We close it out. Close. And now turn off the population layer, and we're going to turn on the air pollution by country. So now we already expanded, and I collapse and expand it. So those are the legend for the air pollution. So this layer shows a concentration of particulate matter, so the PM, in the air. Data was gathered for urban areas from which countrywide estimates were calculated. So turn the world population on and off. So we're going to compare it. Oh, it's right here. So on and off, on and off. So what has changed? What has changed? What has changed? So some population, you can see red countries. So for example, Republic of Chad and Sudan, that has less population but higher pollution, and while United States has less population but more cleaner air. So does high population always correlate with high pollution? Does high pollution always correlates with high population? What might be some reasons for this? So it's a good question. And now that you have seen examples of various types of data being displayed on a map, and we can investigate some questions that connect between different layers. So, and we can compare them. Now, for the previous question, does high pollution always correlate with high population? What might be some reasons for this? So, it does not correlate. So one reason may be that countries with higher population also have stricter pollution laws or superior technology, like United States and some European countries, while low population they do not have, and less strict laws to or no superior technology for reducing the pollution. Thank you.